Darren, hard to say it in a nice way, but possibly the worst second half this team's seen yet, I think.
The team's seen?
Doncaster Rovers.
Possibly the worst half an hour I've seen, certainly.
What was the main fault of it in your eyes this afternoon?
They collapsed.
I can tell you're angry. Of
course I'm angry. I'm absolutely fuming. A complete embarrassment. Absolute embarrassment. And of course, as the manager, it's my players. Well, actually, it's not my players.
When you say it's not
well, they are my group of players, but at the end of the day, I'm not. That's just absolute nonsense what I've seen there. Absolute nonsense.
Is this the first time then that there's a need of a massive reshuffle in the summer?
Listen, I've known that for a while. We've lost 4 goals in 30 minutes. It could have been 7. No characters. No one leading. Nothing. Shambles.
Mickey Walker in commentary there talked about the bottle today. They needed bottle, and you didn't see any.
Well, not when we went to 1-1. You seen yourself what happened. We completely collapsed as a team.
Is there any positives you can take from the Gary McSheffrey? Maybe his goal. That's
someone I brought in scored. Showed a bit of quality in the last third. But listen, there's no way I'm coming on here to say anything else what I actually think. And the truth is that was an absolute shambles. And quite honestly, I could play the youth team on Monday and get more out of that. I think the fans will probably appreciate it.
Are you embarrassed on behalf of the fans this afternoon?
Completely. I can't defend it. And listen, I absolutely take my responsibility, and at the moment they're not doing the things I want them to do, but when you've got a player in McCarr who's absolutely ripped us to shreds all day, no one's touched him. I can't believe it. No, I'm not saying go and punch the guy, don't get me wrong, but it's his 4th goal. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Certainly on their right hand side, our left hand side, that Cedric Vina didn't get close to Massey.
Vina's got absolutely tortured by not in the first half, because in the first half they didn't cause us too many problems. But you look at a team and all the different strengths and weaknesses of a team, and clearly we are way short of characters, miles short.
Do you now fear for this club's safety in League One?
Well, when I see 30 minutes like that, I would have to say I do fear for it, but I've got to pick a team that's going to not embarrass the football club on Monday afternoon at home to Blackpool.
So do we therefore expect several changes come Monday?
I suppose I could change the whole team, but listen, you can clearly see I'm angry, and but at the end of the day, I'm not defending that nonsense I've just seen there. And the lack of things that I want out of a football team, the lack of things I want out of a football player. And everyone's going to say, well, you're the manager and all that. Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes I disagree with that. Sometimes, why is it all the manager? They've got to show some character. They're grown men, not kids. You know, and nonsense. Absolute embarrassment for the fans.
Of course, when you came in, some of this squad was already here. So is there some blame to be put on Dickov and Jones?
No. That's not where I'm going with this. I'm absolutely not going to blame anyone else. That's a coward's way out. I will take my share of responsibility. Absolutely, the results have not been good enough since I've been here. It was 27 league games. We had 1 decent run. Apart from that, rubbish results. And I'm not blaming anyone else, because I think that would be the wrong thing to do. What I'm saying is that on that, I clearly haven't got nowhere near enough what I thought I had in terms of the character.
We saw about Tommy Rowe last week. We've seen Gary McSheffrey. You're the debutant today. Your other loan signing was Remy Matthews. His performance?
I mean, the second and third goal are smashed in from 20 yards. I don't honestly think he could have done much with the goals. I'd have to look back at them. But no, we brought him in for the reason that, goalkeeper was making too many mistakes. People were making too many mistakes. We tried to bring another one in, but we couldn't, and that would have made me even having six lone players, and I can only play 5. But it's what I've seen today was incredible at times. Some of the decisions the players made.
I just want to chat about Blackpool on Monday now, if that's okay, and do a preview to that. Looking ahead, then Easter Monday, it just gets bigger, Darren, and so important.
Yeah, but I've always said and maintained that we're on a terrible, horrendous run. And how do we get out of it? Well, we get out of it by showing some character, showing a bit of fight. When it going tough, finding out about them. And it's going to be a really tough game. It's one, obviously, I keep saying the same things, we have to win and all the rest of it, but we have to show that a desire to win the game, and I didn't see it today.
Having the players in on Saturday and Sunday now then?
They were always going to be in it, it's irrelevant that. It's a normal preparation for the game.
What do you expect Blackpool to bring to the table come Monday afternoon?
It'll be a tough game. They'll try and play on the fact that we've taken a hammer in here and play on the fact that we're obviously nervous and all the rest of it. So the important part will be that the start of the game will be obviously important. But I'll have to go and have a good think now, and I've got 2 days to do it obviously, and I have to really focus on picking what I feel is the right characters on Monday. Sorry.
You want to see a huge turnaround in character then, and bottle and show that desire to stay in the division.
That's it. That's what everyone wants to see. Sometimes you can accept losing a game of football because you just can, but to lose like that in that manner, it's one of the worst defeats I've ever had. Probably the worst actually, and I'm absolutely fuming. And I just look at the whole situation, and this is going to hurt me until we play again on Monday. Thankfully, you've got a game so quickly that you can actually turn it around, but I'm not sure how much is going to hurt some of them.
Can there be a temporary reprieve sort of then if the 3 points happen on Monday?
Well, you've always got, you've got 8 games left, so of course there can be. I'm not saying we're relegated, absolutely not. I'm not. I would never use that word. I don't want to. I'm just talking about today's game, and obviously if you win the game against Blackpool, don't know how they got on today, don't know where it would put us. Sorry? Right, so if you win, you go above. But you're not going to win any games playing like that, like we did in the last half hour.
So reshuffle all over the pitch or in one area?
Well, listen, I'll make that decision, but clearly I need to see people that want to fight for the football club and want to make sure we keep in this division. That's clear.
Do you feel one win then would just propel you, hopefully, and get that momentum? Is that?
Well, you hope that the win gives you something that we're not seeing at the moment. But clearly, what I would look at in terms of, Oldham play tomorrow. If they were to lose, if the win will take us out the bottom 4, that's all I can look at the moment. That is a fact.
Game at a time.
Yeah.
What did you say to them at half time? What did you want them to do?
I want them to get closer to them in terms of and be more composed. I felt we weren't anywhere near composed enough on the ball. I certainly didn't tell them to go out and just chuck it when they went to 1-0. So I'm not defending them. The decisions they made was just showing a lack of leadership and character.
They just seemed to drop deeper and deeper and deeper.
Well, the problem was massive, was causing us a problem with the terms of the one-on-ones with Avina. But the goals, I think they were a minute bit apart or something like that. The second and third screamers and that. After that game was done.
When you said this is going to hurt you all weekend, but you don't think it is?
Well, I don't know. Ask them. Yeah. Ask them if it's going to hurt them. I think it's time they start answering a few questions, as opposed to leaving it all to me.
Nathan Tyson, is he?
Well, he was up and he's down. Listen, Tyson, I don't have to worry about him. He gives you everything. And there's some that do. Some clearly are just finding it really difficult.
What did Gary McSheffy give you today?
Well, the goal, it was a good run. Something we spoke about in terms of diags against them. Good ball by James, and good finish. And I think he brings you quality. He can give you a goal, he can assist. But he's clearly coming into a situation like that. I think he will bring more quality to the team.
Where do you start looking towards Monday?
To now. I have to do it now. I haven't got time to wait. I have to do it now.